What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin right now, XCN USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. You know what I love about OnyxCoin? What I really love the most about OnyxCoin is that the only FUD that I seem to hear, the only negative hate that is spread by people who don't know what they're talking about, is that OnyxCoin's a scam. There's nothing going for this project. There's no real world utility. There's nothing, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? They've got nothing going for them. And while at the same time, OnyxCoin, they're developing things every day. They're doing work every day, and we get to see the results like multiple times a week, oftentimes enough. Like they're doing stuff all the time. And, AI, their AI has been updated. They have their AI agent V2 updated here, a blockchain native, which means you have to have OnyxCoin to use it, right? An Onyx wallet, I think, or some kind of wallet relevant to OnyxCoin. A blockchain native autonomous agent on the Onyx ledger, redefining on chain intelligence, gas free, modular, adaptive, and powered by XCN. It fuses AI reasoning with deterministic execution for the next era of decentralized automation. Right? You can use it. And that's pretty cool because OnyxCoin, remember you guys, all the way back here, whenever we thought it was a good investment, right? All the way back here, whenever I bought my first OnyxCoins, I want to say it was somewhere, I want to say like, maybe it was right here. It was either just before or just after that. I can't remember, but something over here. All the way back here, it was just a DeFi protocol. That's all it was, right? Now it's a DeFi protocol with an AI agent, with really good staking rewards and all kinds of other things, you guys. It's more than just what it was once before. And again, the thought here is that now it's only fundamentally more sound, fundamentally more valuable than it ever has been. And we're at a very identifiably low point. I want to go back in time again and just zoom in here and remember, imagine if you were able to buy OnyxCoin here right before the massive pump, right? Throughout this whole time, this was a desirable price to buy. We're there right now, right? Whatever we pumped, we had a massive rip here. We did have a 40 to 50% drop here, right? Twice. We actually did it twice. And whenever we're at the top, there's a bunch of people who are like, damn it, I wish I didn't sell down here, or I wish I bought more down here. That was my chance. I was wondering, I should have just bought more. Boom, right? And again, that's at this level right here, which is exactly this level right here, which is exactly where we are right now, okay? Going all the way back here, we're also at the base of this range here, the only range that we really stopped at this whole time that we had our movement down, right? We moved down from a high to a low. This is the only area that we stopped at. We're actually finding support at the base of this area now. Now, it's not right at the base. Let's be fair. It's a little bit past the base, but still in this general area of, let's say, significance throughout OnyxCoin's life. All along, all paired with development, all paired with movements happening, with things going on, with building, okay? And that's just with Onyx. Let's look at Chain, because Chain is a pretty big they're a pretty big deal whenever it comes to Onyx as well, right? As far as the success of Onyx goes. How am I not following Chain? Let's see. Build your own blockchain solution with chain.com. Let's see. Nothing here. That's okay. I'm not seeing anything that's like really worth talking about. I mean, if you want to do your own research on all these things, that's fine. But I'm more trying to keep it to OnyxCoin, not Chain. Delivering transparency. Yeah, they're a very big factor in why OnyxCoin, I think, is successful and why it will be successful. And over time, and not much time at all, we're going to reap the benefits of that success as well. We're already doing so right now if you're staking. And again, I want to take this moment to say, if you're not staking OnyxCoin, maybe you should start staking. All you got to do is you type in OnyxCoin on Google. You click on the website here, and then you click on launch app. Okay, it's a three-part process. Launch app. It will load for you. It'll probably load faster for you than for me because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Not really out in the middle of nowhere, but just out in the middle of nowhere. 32.5% APR. which over the past week it's dropped. It was at 34.5 and it's down to 32.5 now. The more people that stake, the more this APR goes down, and I'm pretty sure it goes down over time regardless anyways. But that's okay. That's fine. Even if it was half this, which it effectively was, not but like a couple weeks ago, it's still good APR for the space, right? One of the highest APRs in the space, actually, especially for a token that has no strings attached. All you do is you buy, you connect your wallet, you stake, and then that's it, right? You can connect using Onyx Wallet, Trust Wallet, Connect, whatever, MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet. I use Coinbase Wallet and MetaMask, but whatever. You can use all of it. And then you get, let's see, I wonder, can I do this here? No, it won't let me put actual numbers in. I was trying to put numbers in just to see what the daily earnings would be. Hey, Onyx, I think that'd be cool if you could actually just check what your daily earnings would be too based on the numbers. I'm putting numbers in. I'm trying to type in numbers, but it won't let me type. It just keeps putting in 0. Anyways, moving on from there, stake your Onyx coins, guys. You can make some passive income in these downtimes, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but since the APR has gone up, I've made thousands of Onyx coins, literally. And whenever Onyx coin is worth $1, those thousands, tens of thousands in Onyx coin will be worth thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time that we get up there with the amount of rewards, the amount of Onyx coins that are coming my way from the staking yield, right? If you're holding Onyx coin and you're not staking, that's fine, but you're literally saying, you know what, I'm participating in this ecosystem. Oh, hold on. Let me go turn that off. Hold on, guys. I'll be right. All right, I'm back. You're literally just saying, you know what, you take the rewards. I don't need them. You take them, right? It's like if your bank, you're holding U.S. dollars in your bank, and all you have to do is move your dollars instead of in your checking account. You have to open up this special account so that you can get 30% yield annually, and everybody else is doing it, but you're like, it's too much work. Just do it. Just do it. Get your 30% annually, and it won't be 30% forever. It'll probably come down after, like, from this point until next year. I would bet it averages out to be something closer to like 15% or 20%, but for the time being, it's 30%. Get it while you can. All right, let's move on. Enough talk. Enough talk. 1 hour time frame here, zooming way the hell in. Looking at it now, yes, we've dropped a lot. We're at 0089 right now. And again, I think I'd be more worried about OnyxCoin here if it wasn't for the fact that the rest of the market is taking a big bath, right? Bitcoin, for example, is actually seeing lower lows from its event on the 10th of October. OnyxCoin actually has higher lows, and that's all right. That's pretty good. It's very possible that we could come back down to this area, but I think it's very possible as well that we've actually found a low here, a higher low, or we're very near to doing so. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, not a whole lot of volume on the way down. You can see it's just we're absent of volume, but that's not a new story at all. We only get volume when we're purchasing. People are purchasing this thing, and they're sending it through the roof. They're seeing that, oh my God, it's at a very cheap price. We're going to launch this thing through the roof. Look at how easy of a time we have moving higher, right? And yet what took us about 10 hours to do has taken us days, over like about a week. That's the 11th, it's the 18th now. Literally a week to not even come or to come back to this low, I can't talk, this low level here, sorry. It's taken us a lot more time to move down than it has to move up. That's all I'm trying to say without dying of cough. Looking at the 1 hour RSI, we are in a very, I would say, bullish position here. However, every time that we're up in these areas, we seem to find resistance, and it looks like we're finding that now. Will this uphold? Will we continue to build? Will we get into the overbought zone? I hope so. If not, if we reject down here, well, lower we go. Lower we go, and we will probably plunge below this low here. That'd be my thoughts, right? A little bit of volume picking up. It's a lack of volume. It's a tremendous lack of volume compared to anything else that we do on a significant scale, but still a little bit of volume picking up as we're moving down. Not a whole lot of volume on this move up. So I would, again, think that either we come back down, maybe we find a higher low, we find a double bottom, we find support, or we do proceed lower and we do get a lower low, something that's more in tandem with this wick here. And we'll see. Maybe not the base of the wick, but just something that's a little bit lower than where we are now. Looking at the stochastics, I actually like the stochastics. I have to say that's a very bullish reading on the stochastics. I'm a bit disappointed with the price action as a result of that. It's kind of sad. The MACD is also looking nice, right? We're actually breaking above the zero. However, the last time we did this, once the orange line got right up to the zero here, that's where we rejected. And we're basically right up at the zero now. We are kind of crossing above it. 48 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of feeling frisky. I think we might actually break out and move higher. I have to say that MACD and stochastics together, where I don't normally weigh on the MACD for the 1 hour, and it's tricky on the 1 hour time frame. So, maybe this will bite me in the ass, but I don't know. I'm feeling frisky. Maybe we do move up. Let's see how this 1 hour candle closes. I wish that I was making this video 47 minutes from now, because it kind of does look like you've broken out, doesn't it? We're back testing for support. If we continue, you guys, this would be nice. This would actually be really nice. OnyxCoin could move up. Even if Bitcoin moves down, I think OnyxCoin can move up. We've already seen that, right? Bitcoin has lower lows. OnyxCoin has higher lows. 4 hour time frame here. Speaking of higher lows and lower lows, we do have a lower low on the 4 hour closing point here. Let's see. Right there, right? That's not even the closing low. That's like the wicking low. But you still closed below even that. You had a lower low on a closing basis with a higher low in your RSI. That's bullish divergence. To be fair, this divergence is already cleared out. You've already made the move. You don't need to move higher from here because of it, but you could. You could. Stochastics look bullish. You are at an area that you've rejected the last couple of times, though. Same thing with the RSI. And the MACD here just crossed green. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The MACD just crossed green. And you do have bullish divergence on the MACD as well between these oscillators here. So I'm curious to see what this setup will do. I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic that it will bear good tidings for OnyxCoin. Perhaps over this weekend we actually do have a little bit of a lift. But again, don't get discouraged. If we move down, if we do see a lower low than this, if we do happen to even go below 0.008, it's fine. We can do that. The magical thing about OnyxCoin, and we've already talked about it in this video, beyond all the other magical things, is that whenever you move down, it takes a long time. But whenever you move up, it's pretty instantaneous. It can wipe out a week's worth of negative price action in a day. It can literally happen just like that. We can wipe out over a month's worth of price action in 3 days. You know what I mean? It doesn't take long. In fact, let's just go back in time again. Whenever we were here the first time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days later, less than 10 days later, the first time we hit this price in a very long time. 10 days later, we were up 5.5x from where we are now. The next time that we were at this level, okay, we're at this level here. I don't know, let's even say the beginning over here, all the way back right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Less than 2 weeks, both times. You saw fantastic rallies, okay? We've been here now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. I can't imagine that we will be here for too much longer. And maybe we're here for the first time over 2 weeks, whatever. The point being is not the amount of time, but the reaction that has happened both times. Even with 50% shakeouts, or 40% shakeouts. What is this here? Let's see, from a high to the low of that next day, we dropped 47%, right? We actually did it twice where we dropped like 40 to 50% twice over here. And then we still moved up higher. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of this. And that's why OnyxCoin is my most recent purchase, why it is my biggest bag as well. I really do believe that we're going to rip and run all the way up to 2 cents and beyond. I think that this move, what we're getting set up for, is actually going to be bigger than what we saw back here. That's my expectation. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen fast, so fast. I think that there's going to be a lot of people who at the top here, or not at the top, but just at these points here where we are above all this other stuff, right? The top is way up here. We're going to go up to 26 to 32 cents. That's the top up there. But whenever we get above these points here, we're going to have a lot of people saying, dude, I've been watching your videos. I knew that I should have invested in OnyxCoin. You made a bunch of good points about it, but I just didn't pull the trigger. Is it a good time to buy now? No, it's a terrible time to buy. But yes, at the same time, because even here, what's crazy is even at 2.8 cents, even at 3.2 cents, you still have 10x capabilities overall for this move. You still have 5x capabilities well within your wheelhouse. You've got all this potential lined up for you even at these levels. So no, it's not an ideal time to buy, but yes, at the same time, it's always an ideal time to buy OnyxCoin. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame, we do have bullish divergence as well on the daily RSI. We have higher lows here, right? I mean, we're bouncing right off the oversold, and this is a pretty big point to the idea that this could be the higher low that we're looking for, guys. So we might not go lower. If today closes green, I'm optimistic as hell that we found our low. If today closes green, it doesn't have to close. The more significantly green, the better, right? If we close like 0.01% to the green side, that might not be ideal. That could be overturned. But if we close like this or higher, I think that would be a pretty positive look. This is powerful. This is very powerful, right? Whenever you get this bullish divergence and you bounce right off your oversolds, and that is a very powerful setup here. Same thing with the stochastics. You don't have bullish divergence on your MACD, at least as far as the histogram goes, right? You have lower lows here, but you do have higher lows on your oscillators. You actually have higher lows dating back to June even. And we do have lower lows dating back there. So there is some severe divergence being had really on all time frames. If we're looking at this on the weekly time frame, we zoom out, a little bit of divergence on the stochastics, which is nice. We have divergence on the MACD, which is also nice. 1 day, 11 hours left in this week. I think that we can close with this bullish divergence on both these time frames, and there's no bullish divergence on the RSI. However, we are at the same areas that we last found our lows the time before. Now, again, something important to remember is when we found our lows back here, we did move sideways for months. We even moved up a little bit for a month and then moved sideways again for another month. And then we had our explosive finish. It's possible that this explosive behavior, this massive move that we're looking for, doesn't start until we do some meandering. And then we get it, right? I do expect, and I fully expect that by the end of the year, we're going to be above this high. By the end of the year, we'll be on our way to prices that are at 26 to 32 cents. I would be surprised if we weren't here by the end of the year, but anything can happen. Maybe we do this, and then it's December, and then we start to rally, and it's January or February that we're all the way up here. That'd be a little bit disappointing, because if it's February or January that we're up here, that would definitely limit our capabilities as far as end of cycle targets go. But maybe not. I mean, the end of the cycle every single time is pretty phenomenal, right? If we're looking at this here, let's just do total 3. Hold on, total 3 excluding stable coins. So this is not including this is the crypto total market cap excluding stable coins, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Okay. We look at the monthly chart. Typically those last months are pretty damn good, right? Those last months are pretty damn good. Typically speaking, at the end of the cycle, we get some pretty powerful last months, right? That's what happens. So again, I mean, here, let's just look at this, for example. Those 2 last months from a low to a high, that was a 12x. That was a 12x across the board. From a low to a high here last cycle, that was a 3x. Okay, 3x, 12x, it's a huge difference, but a 3x is still big, right? Especially if OnyxCoin is only here. If we're only at 32 to 26 cents by February, that means March, April comes by, March, April, May comes by, 2 to 3 more months. If we were to 3x from here, let's just go right in the middle of the range. A 3x from there puts us very near this. I think it's safe to assume, even if we got up here by February, we would still see $1 or higher by the end of this cycle. Okay, so I'm really not worried about the timing with all of this, but I would be surprised, and I'm just going back to this. I would be surprised if by the end of the year we weren't at these levels. Okay, by the end of November, by the end of October even, we should be seeing some life come in here, and then I think going into November we should be reaching for these 8 cent, 15 cent, and 26 to 32 cent target areas, but we'll see. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said it all. I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. I hope you're patient. I'm patient. We've been very patient, and I think there's not many. If you guys hear that, that's just my daughter. There's not many people who probably have the patience that we do at this point, man. You've been very, very patient all year. Patience pays in this game. Just wait and stake and hodl, and I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves. All right. Bye bye.